Hi everyone, my name is sweetxsage. I am a cozy content creator who focuses a lot on indie games, and on Twitch, I am partnered. I actually got partnered in 2021. What year is it? Yeah, I got partnered in 2021 December, and I've been streaming since October 2020, technically, like consistently. It took me over a year and 2 months, and of course, after getting partner, I've been getting a lot of questions about how I became partnered and my streaming journey, content creation, and a lot of questions that I would love to answer. But for the most part, I kind of just wanted to use this time to talk about me as a streamer and me as a content creator and how that came to be. So strap in, let's start. I started streaming October 2020, and when I started streaming, like officially, like I'm going to be a streamer, I made a week schedule of, I called it Week of Screams because it was like streams. I was streaming every day, but I was also going to be playing like kind of creepy games. And I knew from the beginning that I wanted to be playing indie games because I felt like indie game devs don't get enough attention when it comes to their games, on top of a lot of people playing mostly games that centered around like violence and things like that. So I really wanted to kind of focus on like cozy or wholesome games. Then though, I was playing a lot of creepy games and scary games and kind of just games to make me feel some type of emotion and display that on stream. One of the games that we played was Little Misfortune. If you are into creepy things, but you're also into cool storylines, but you're also into cute things as well, like that actually might be a good game for you. But there's a lot of deep themes within that one. I tried Five Nights at Freddy, didn't get that far. We played, what was it called? We played Night in the Woods. And also Little Nightmares was a game that we played right before that. Like my first official stream was Little Nightmares. And it was so fun, but that was months prior and I literally couldn't work anything, so I had to take like a couple months break and then got myself together, and then that was my first official day. After that week of screams, I decided to focus on making sure that my streams look good, focused on me having a schedule, and then focused on me keeping up with that schedule and keeping up with the theme of whatever I wanted my stream to be. My stream theme is indie games. Cute, wholesome, cozy, relaxing environment where you can put me on in the background, get your work done, focus on whatever you need to focus on, and you don't have to worry about me screaming into your ears. That's kind of my goal as a content creator. Also, another goal is to make sure that I'm bringing the type of games that we love, I'm bringing them to the forefront so that they're easier for you to find. So that brings us to like November, December, right? During this time, I still had a job, and I was working. I think I just quit my job with my boss that was like
not a good person.
And then that's when I started looking for another job. I got another job really quickly. That job was cool, had to leave it in January, but around December I started realizing that like the streaming doesn't have to just be a hobby, and it could be full-time, and it could be a career path for me, and it could lead into other things that would be really amazing and things that I could really enjoy. So I started like researching more, and trying to figure out like, you know, what is the like business side of it, like what is the career path that makes sense if I wanted to make this into a career. In February of 2021, I had issues with my boss at that time, and my community kind of gave me that push, that extra push, to step away from my job that I had like in person and just do content full time. And when I say that, I'm not saying that,
oh, you know, if the money's there from your streaming, you know, just quit your job.
That's not what I'm saying, because that is a ridiculous thing to do. And the reason why is because at the time I was doing well enough to quit my job, but then my roommate left and all of the bills became mine. So for months and months and months till literally right now, I'm playing catch up, trying to catch up on all of the things that he kind of left me. And it really stinks because like life hits you at like the worst possible time ever. So I went from having to pay like my little amount of rent and my little amount of bills to having to pay to almost 3 times that amount to take care of everything that I had to get taken care of, especially because I have 2 cats. So do not leave your job. Do not leave your job until you have 2 to 3 different sources of income coming in. Or if you have a significant other, somebody else that can like depend on for a little while, I guess, but like don't do it. Don't do it. So then I started, researching more and trying to figure out like what type of streamer I wanted to be and what kind of things I wanted to do. Because for a while I was just chatting. And around, I think from February until June, which this is the surprising part for people, I averaged about 20 to 30 people in my stream, like viewer wise, because metrics are very important. For people that say that they aren't important, they're lying to you. That's not all they are. Metrics are just metrics, and they're just a way to like describe the type of community that you have, or how many people you have in your community, or the way that your streams are. Like saying you have a certain amount of viewers does not automatically mean that you're a bad streamer or that you're a really good streamer, because I've seen people with 1,000 people in their stream and
they're a terrible streamer.
For the sake of the questions that I receive, I'm going to be talking about my viewership and being very, very transparent. My viewership from February until June was an average of 20 to 30 people. It would go up and down. I remember May, I think, was 40, but because I had a 24-hour stream, that kind of bumped it for the month. But other than that, like my streams were mostly very, very consistent. I saw the same people. I played like some indie games that were kind of cute, but then I would play like Apex. And for me, for content wise, Apex was not the move. It just was not. Like my whole goal was to have indie games be in the forefront all of the time, and mostly cozy, mostly wholesome, mostly like adorable type games. And so I wanted that to be like the important part, but it just didn't, because Apex was just taking over my life. And so I decided, I had a conversation with my friend Viking. She is called Viking Trash. She's absolutely amazing. Love her to death. Regardless, she had a conversation with me because I think in May she had just unlocked the partner application, and she had applied, or she was about to apply, something along those lines. And she was telling me like, hey, I can give you tips, like help you like focus in on what you need. And I was like, yeah, that would be awesome. And she was like, okay, either stop playing Apex or change your like wording of your stream, because at the time I worded like hello, my name is Sage, I'm soft voice cutie, I'm an indie gamer, and then you go to my stream and it was just Apex. So with me, my issue was consistency within my branding. I needed to be very, very consistent and very, very like direct about what type of stream I wanted to have. And Viking was like, all right, so just figure it out. Like figure out your branding, pick colors, stick to those colors, pick a theme, stick to that theme, and work around that. Like do whatever you got to do, but like work around it, because you have the ability to do what you want to do. After that conversation, I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep that in mind. And I decided that I wanted to go more of the indie game route and more of the cozy game route. And there was a game that I wanted to play that I watched one of my favorite streamers. His name is Perdicius. Just kidding. Perdicius. He is a amazing streamer, period. He played Stardew for one day. The day I found him, he played Stardew that one day and he never touched it again. But because of how like cool he was and how like relaxed he was, and I just loved his voice so much, and I went to go see about that game, like Stardew Valley and what it is and this, that, and the third. And I was like, oh, it's pixely, I don't know, like that game is like, I don't know. My friend was like, oh, it's on sale, it's $8. I was like, I might as well. So I got it that night. I think it was 4 a.m. EST, so that's my time, 4 a.m. We were just up, and I was like, do you want to play it? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, I might as well stream it. So I streamed, and right a a little bit before that, I was taking a break because there's an amazing game called A Garden Story. I waited over a year for that game to come out. I was so pumped. And the day I went to go stream it, I was hate rated. And I am not a sensitive person. And even if I was, yelling racial slurs at me is annoying. And it's hard for me to kind of, I guess, like navigate that space in a way that is not going to take people out of the experience that we had prior to that. Because I can be okay. I will be okay. I am fine. Words hurt. They sure do. Very annoying. The reality is I'm Black and I'm queer. But for other people that are experiencing the stream, it's awkward. It's very, very awkward to see somebody in like uncomfortable. And so I ended that stream. And so because of that, when I came back to stream playing Stardew Valley at 4 a.m., everyone was really excited. But also I didn't have a camera on. So I didn't have a cam for like a week. I think it was like 3-4 days. I would just play Stardew in the morning and I would just talk normally. I would play with my friend Ain Lin, who's absolutely amazing. Go follow her. And I think it was my third stream because I don't check my analytics every day. But it was my third stream where I saw that like, oh, your viewership went from being average of, you know, like 30 to average of like 45, 50. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of a big jump. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. I wonder why. And to this day, I think it was a combination of the time of day, the actual vibes, like the feeling that you get being in the atmosphere that I created, my voice, which I do think is very cozy. I understand why people listen to hours of me talking. And then also the game itself. Stardew Valley is an amazing, amazing game that has an amazing, amazing community. So us like playing every day, we're meeting new people that play that game and we're just all having a good time. Eventually it went from me having an average of like that 40, 50 to 70, 80, 90 in a span of a couple months. But again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, if you play a certain game, you're going to be successful automatically, because that's not how it works. It's different. It's different for everybody. It's literally the environment that you are in, the amount of time and effort that you put into your presentation, the amount of people who see you regardless, whether it's from people hosting or from people retweeting your content, other streamers who are shouting you out, people rating. I have so many people to thank because of raids and things like that. But every little bit of what Twitch is just included with streaming. So you need to make sure that you are creating an environment that you want. I started being more open about my sexuality, which was very hard at first, but perfectly cool. To this day, I think it's very, very easy to like connect with people on that level. But like being more open about conversations regarding race is something that I also did. So like those things, and holding a space where I know that no bullshit is going to be tolerated, making sure that everyone is safe is like my priority. So that's kind of like a very long overview of everything that has happened on my channel since then. It's not telling you specifics of how many hours I streamed. I think for me, for the last 3 months, I've been streaming literally every day because I started getting into the mental health, I'm a state in my mental health where I don't go outside. And I actually haven't gone outside really but once a month when I have to, when I'm forced to, and not even for groceries. I get groceries delivered. This is my only job. So I had the time to stream every single day and do everything that needed to be done. I made all my overlays myself. I researched, and anything that I couldn't figure out, I asked Gail Level, who's a great friend of mine. When I unlocked the partner application, I asked Jal, and I asked Tasha about like the application process and like what they did for it. And then wait 2 months after to actually get the, hey, you got partnered thing. So I think my advice for people who are trying to get partnered on Twitch is, number one, to ask yourself why. Why do you want to be partnered on Twitch? There, of course, are really cool perks of getting more emote slots. Went from like 5, how many? 5, because I never, first of all, I didn't have, actually now that we're here, I never got animated emotes, nor did I ever get follower emotes. I still don't have follower emotes, but I didn't get animated emotes when they came out for affiliates. I just wanted to say that. Twitch. But anyways, that's pretty much it. That's all you get. Like there's nothing that's like extremely fantastical about you getting partnered. Now, what does it do outside of Twitch? It does give you a certain amount of like verification is literally what it is. It is a verified account on Twitch. It is an account that Twitch as a website said, hey, we like this account. We think that this account fits our standards of being verified. Just like having a Twitter being verified, it doesn't mean that you're a good tweeter. Like it just means you are who you say you are, and your content is verified. Like you get an okay. It just lets people look at you a little bit different. Like they'll kind of take more time to look at you in your account. So if you want to be a successful streamer, you don't need a check mark to be a successful streamer. Not even that. You can be a successful streamer without even being an affiliate. You could just get like all of your props and all of the fame and the money and things like that without even doing any of that. It's gonna be really hard, but you can still do it. But yeah, think about what is realistic for your schedule. You do need a schedule. I saw a lot of like people saying like you don't necessarily need one. I don't think you need one if and only if you have a base community that can do whatever and like watch your shit whenever. It doesn't make sense for somebody who is just starting out, who might be averaging around 10 viewers, to stream at different times on random days whenever they feel like it. It doesn't make sense to say that like,
oh, you can do whatever you want and you're going to be successful.
That's not necessarily the case, because we're talking about Twitch. We're talking about a platform. So make sure you have a schedule, even if it's once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. When it comes to like branding, try to be consistent as you can, like as consistent as you can. And consistency looks different for all of us because we all have different abilities. We all have different schedules and lives and things like that. So don't think that I'm saying stream every single day, because don't think that I'm saying that you need to just stream cozy games or just stream whatever. Sometimes being within the same genre makes it easier for people to find you. If I know that somebody plays horror games, I'm not expecting them to play Stardew Valley. If they play Stardew Valley one day, I'm going to be intrigued, but a lot of their core base probably won't, because if they play horror games, why are you playing Stardew Valley? So just know that like you might not get a lot of attention or as much attention if you're playing a certain game that's different from the other games that you play. That doesn't mean don't do it. Do it if you want to. I've played a lot of scary games. That's perfectly fine. People just like to see you, but those were my streams that had like the least amount of chatters and viewers. Still very fun, still very successful. The hardest part about doing it and about getting out there and about making your content and about getting a partner, if that's like what your goal is, the hardest thing is literally just doing it. Is being consistent. Whatever consistency looks like to you, it's doing that. That is the hard part. The hard part is not, oh, what do I post? That's not the hard part. The hard part is you post when you're going live. You post projects that are within whatever game that you're doing, or your artwork or whatever. You post all of that. You post other people's stuff, like repost, like retweet. You know, don't just repost people's stuff, but retweet. If they allow for it. You like other people's stuff. You get involved with the communities that you enjoy, so other people will see you, see them seeing you, and they'll have a good time and want to be around you more. That's it. That's literally it. I have a lot of information that can't fit in this video, but that's a basis of how I became partnered on Twitch. It's been great so far being partnered, and I'm excited for the rest of this year and what 2022 has to offer me. But that's pretty much it. I hope this helped. Please let me know if you have any more questions involving how I became a partner on Twitch. And hopefully this year you might see me doing another one of these videos for a YouTube partner. But have a great day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check me out on Twitch, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram. Also, if you're interested in cozy games that I was mentioning prior, I do have a bunch of videos relating to other cozy games that are either available or coming out this year. But have a great day. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good one. Bye.